Hi all, we're back for the last section of permutations. So now we have a permutation with repetition. So the definitions change slightly. So here we go. Sorry, I don't have a fill in the blank on this one. I guess I was slacking a little bit, but here we go. So the number of permutations of n objects when one is repeated s sub 1 times, another is repeated s sub 2 times, and so on. Ooh. And let me try that again, and so on. So it could be, there could be more things repeated, is what it's saying, is given by n factorial over s sub 1 factorial times s sub 2 factorial times s sub k factorial. Okay, so I'm going to multiply all those together and divide by it. I'm going to show you what that means, so don't freak out yet. Here's our definitions. Our instructions. It says find the number of distinguishable permutations for the letters in the word. Okay, so they're going to give us a word. We're going to find the number of permutations in said word. So the first word is soccer. So the first thing I want to do is count how many letters in the word. So I'm going to count how many words in the word soccer. Well, there's 6. So I have 6 factorial divided by how many of those letters are repeated. So, well, in the word soccer, there's only the letter C is repeated, and the letter C is repeated twice, so that would be 2 factorial. So I'm just going to do 6 factorial over 2 factorial. So you can put that in your calculator if you've Googled how to do that. So I've got 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 factorial over 2 factorial. That goes away, and I get 6 times 30 times 12 basically is 360 permutations. Okay, 360 permutations, distinguishable permutations in the word soccer. So now we're going to go to a different word. We're going to go to the word Miami. I'm going to just slide over and zoom in. Again, how many letters in the word Miami? Well, there's 5, so the top is 5 factorial. And then I'm going to count how many letters are repeated. So I have an M here, and that's repeated twice, so I've got 2 factorial. And then I've got an I, and I've got 2 I's. So that's times 2 factorial. So now we're just gonna, and there's no other letters repeated because I only have 1 letter left. So now I'm just gonna do the math. So I've got 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 factorial. And I'm gonna go ahead and say 2 times 1. I'm gonna multiply one of my 2 factorials out. And then there's my 2 factorial. 2 goes into 4 2 times. So I get 5 times 2 times 3, which happens to be 30. Okay? Okay, so that wasn't too bad. So now let's try the next word. Our next word is Tallahassee. So we're going to count the number of letters in the word Tallahassee, which I think is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11 factorial. And now we're going to count the repeated letters in the word Tallahassee. Well, I'm going to start with my A's. Well, I have 3 A's. So that would be 3 factorial times Now I'm going to see how many, oh, I've got 2 L's, okay, so times 2 factorial, and then I've got, 2 S's, so I have times 2 factorial, and then I have 2 E's, so I have times 2 factorial. And then I don't have any other repeated. So I keep doing in the denominator, I keep going until there's no more letters that are repeated. And if something was in there 4 times, so say I was doing Mississippi, there's 4 S's, so I would have 4 factorial as one of my factorials in the denominator. I'm going to count up how many letters there are. That's all there is. That's all that is. So I'm just counting up how many of each there is. And now I'm going to, if I put this in my calculator, I'm going to just tell you, I'm going to put the bottom in parentheses, correct? So I get the correct answer. But I'm just going to go ahead and write this one out. So I know I've got 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. And that's going to be over. I'm going to move my 3 factorial down there. And I've got 2 times 1 times 2 times 1 times 2 times 1. Because I have 2 factorials. So I've made a 1 there. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. And 2 goes into 8 4 times. And then I'm going to multiply everything together. Well, what am I going to multiply together? I'm just going to rewrite it here. 11 times, and I've made a mess, 11 times 10 times 9 times 4 times 7 times 3 times 5 times 2. And I'm just going to put it in my calculator. And I should get 831,600. Okay? So that's it. That's how we're going to do it. You have a few questions to answer and then a short Delta Math assignment for this. Your Delta Math assignment. I'm so sorry. This Delta Math assignment is going to be after you're only going to have one this week. So it's going to have both 11.1 and 11.2 in it. So you're only going to have one Delta Math assignment for this whole week. Make sure if you don't know how to use the calculator to do this and you don't want to do it by hand, go and Google it. You can use Desmos, of course. You can use Desmos on the computer or on your phone or iPad. It does both. And I do want to say this: if you do not want to go back into, if you want to watch the videos while you're doing the Nearpod and you don't want to keep going back because you're losing your work or whatever, or you want to go look at the videos before you do the summary and you don't want to go back into the Nearpod, you can Google these or search for them in YouTube, maybe them and my name, and it should come up. They're all on my YouTube channel, so you should be able to find them on YouTube, so you don't have to keep going back into the Nearpods if that's what part of the problem is. So I just wanted to say that really quickly. Thanks, guys. I see you at the next lesson. Talk to you soon. Bye.